What's going on, everybody? It's Benji C Notes on the open forum with Sasodolo. He's on the phone right now. How you doing today, sir?
How you doing today? It's a good day today.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This is brought to you by Interactive Entertainment on behalf of Amp Playbook, brought to you by Pandora. Go ahead and get your membership today. All right, let's get it bussing. Let's get straight to it. Excuse me. So there's been a lot of things going on. And before we even jump into that, I want to start with like a mentality approach. You know what I'm saying? And so, first thing I said was, I'm about to send this to you real quick, bro. I should have already sent this to you. But yeah, first thing I would say is like the 1% is not for the it's not for the 100%. So what do you think I mean by that? Before you open the message, what do you think I mean by that?
1% versus the 100%.
No, the 1% is not meant for the 100%.
I say, well, I kind of disagree with that. I say the 1% is for the 100%.
How can that be possible? Just think about it. Like take a step back from your opinion. Think about it rationally. If there's only 1%, how can it be for the 100%?
Oh, okay. I was thinking it from a different perspective. Perspective is everything. You gotta remember that.
Mm-hmm. That's why I wanted. That's why I wanted to have your original perspective, so then you could look at the notes and see what I'm talking about.
I see exactly what you're talking about with the 1% versus the 100% though, and how it's not enough. It won't be enough for everybody. You gotta think about it like rations.
Yeah, exactly what I was about to say. Like wine and fish. He's the only person that's ever done that, and so it's like if we know going into it that only one of us out of 100 can do this, then you have to have a good screening process. Like, okay, cool, I'll do 3 or 4 rounds of interviews instead of just temporary sign up. Anybody can join, anybody can leave, revolving door, high turnover. Now I'd rather have sticky customers, sticky partners. You know what I'm saying? People I know. Cool, I might have burned through 100, but I got one person that I can count on all the time. You know what I'm saying? What Fab say? 10 lions. I'd rather have 10 lions than 100 sheep. So he probably went through thousands of sheep, thousands of people in the neighborhood. Oh, I fuck with you. I fuck with you. Yeah, all right, cool. But only 10 of y'all stayed over these 20 some years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's always Chris Brown. I'm not Chris Brown. It's always Trey Songs. It's always Big Fendi. It's always you know what I'm saying? It's always the same people in his pictures. And that should have you so dead. It was like a picture because I always have like off guards of him and Fendi in the club having conversations, and like Fab will just have like a joke for the caption about what they're talking about. And one of them was like during the Mega Millions, Fendi's like, if I hit this Mega Millions, don't worry, bro. Everybody around me is gonna be rich. And Fab's like, oh, word, say less, bro. You a real one. He's like, no, I'm moving to a really rich neighborhood.
But if we hit for billions, I would do something different. I would build a neighborhood. Forget that.
That's why Young Thug got indicted the exact time he did, because he finally got his real estate approval for Slime World. He was gonna get free public housing for the whole area. Not even old buildings. He literally developed acres and acres and like had it finally up and running. And they're like, no, we're not letting you do this. So that's why think about it. They've been surveilling him on paper, on record, tailing people for 10 years. And then finally now is the reason why you come pick them up. Because like, all right, cool. If you're gonna kill each other, that's cool. But you're not about to help each other. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you're gonna kill each other at a massive volume, at a mass rate, cool. Like I saw a video from the Klan the other day, yesterday. He was like, we don't have to kill the Klan. We don't have to kill black people anymore. He's like, they do it themselves. He's like, if it's up to me, excuse me.
I seen the same interview, like not interview, but I seen the same video.
Yeah, the YouTube short. Yeah, he's like, if it was up to me, I'd drop a box of guns, drugs, and alcohol in Chicago every weekend. He's like, they're just gonna take care of this, and that's like, damn, that's really the reality, though. It's really sad, and they don't even have energy to focus on that anymore because they put so much groundwork into it. It just does itself now. The system.
I know this is off topic, kind of, but it's going into what you was talking about with Chicago and the guns, actually the gun laws. Have you seen? There's a video I seen on TikTok where this dude was talking about how Chicago is changing their gun laws to make it where killing somebody is legal.
And also, I seen it like my girl sent me a picture. It was like non-detainable or non like like what did she say? She sent me some shit. It was like I'm gonna look it up real quick. What'd she say? She said non-detainable offenses beginning January 1st: aggravated battery, aggravated DUI, aggravated fleeing, arson, burglary, drum-induced homicide, threatening a public official, second-degree murder, robbery, kidnapping, and intimidation.
Yeah, it's all legal. Yeah, that was all that. Everything that you just listed was in that TikTok.
That's on purpose, bro.
I know it was on purpose, but like, why? Why do that with the only state that's going to boost the murder rate in Chicago? And just like what we were talking about the other day with volume and what was it? I think it was volume and I can't think of what the other word was, but it was with the volume of murders. It's just going to boost the volume of murder in the one city. And the frequency, that's what it was. The frequency and the volume. It's going to boost the murder and the frequency and the volume.
Yeah, we was talking about last time. Yeah, but it's not even going to be the state. It's going to be the city because that's not even the capital of Illinois. Chicago is just happen to be the most populated city.
And on top of that, that's just one city out of all the other cities out of the United States. So it's just going to be part of the frequency.
But no, it's not even that. It's like I called this like 10 years ago when the Purge came out. I see what America was doing. I have like a gift of foresight. I can see things happen and play out before they happen. And I realized
the Purge is going to be one of those things that's going to happen with the United States.
Yeah, I know.
It's going to turn into a third world country.
Stay with me. It's not going to. No, it's not. It's going to literally purge itself from its undesirables. It's not going to be turned. It's going to become a utopia for the people who are still around. Excuse me. But stay with me. I said America will put in front of the masses through media and entertainment to see if something is socially acceptable. And then they'll start making their 50, 100-year plan based off of the acceptance. And so it's like, okay, they want another movie. They kind of like it. Okay, they want another movie. Okay, they don't mind this. So we got to put this into play 100 years down the road because they'll remember something to base this off of. Oh, well, we showed you guys this and it was a blockbuster, all three of them. So you guys must not really have too much of an objection with this. You went to go spend your week's check at this. So it's an important thing to you versus, get this movie out of here. You know what I'm saying? So I said, always remember the 1% isn't for the 100%. Otherwise, it'd be 100% for the 100%. And so it's like they said, we sacrifice time, energy, resources. Something might happen. It might go right. It most likely won't. 90% of musicians fail in their first year. Interactive entertainment is going on year number 6 next July 3rd. I picked July 3rd to incorporate because this business is my independence. This is my mission. And so I'm glad that I just own the process and like just leveled up every year. And we're going to level up next year even more. I spoke with Dame's editor this morning, the person behind Culture Vultures, the book. And we're sitting down next Sunday to get my books off the ground. Oh, man, a little technical difficulty. But yeah, so I'm excited about that. I spoke with my secret source. Hello, welcome going on, Mr. Sasodolo. This is Bengi on the brand new Open Forum podcast. We'd like to invite you back. We appreciate you coming back into the fold of things, and we're going to pick.
I don't know what just happened. I think the freaking call dropped.
No, it's all good. We're gonna get back to where we left off. So yeah, the person, the secret source behind Culture Vultures, they're gonna be one editing my book and helping me publish it. I'm gonna put it through her platform because I was listening to this Jay-Z interview. It's funny how all this is lining up. Jay-Z was talking about how he got Ace and how he had 100% of it, but he got like Cartier and some other main players, like 200-300-year-old companies to back him and put him other places because they have relationships in those stores already. So instead of me trying to pitch my idea, it's just now we're going to get inventory, bulk sales every month. So we have guaranteed revenue every month. And so it's like you can own 50% of, like Steve Jobs owned 1% of Apple. You know what I'm saying? It's $1 trillion company though. So like, what's the math? And like Kanye, Adidas tried to buy out Kanye for $1 billion. And Kanye's like, I'm going to make $500 million off of royalties itself. Why would I compromise the whole brand for 2 years worth of royalties. Not even growth, not even like net sales, just royalties. You know what I'm saying? Just licensing.
Which makes no sense at all.
But they think he's just some guy that's gonna jump for money. That's what I'm saying. Like the 1% isn't for the 100%. The 100% is taught go get a job, go get a degree, or go get a trade, or go and then go work. I saw something else the other day. It's like people will look at you normal for working for somebody else for 50 years, but will call you crazy for trying to work for yourself, even for 1 year. So it's not like I'm not trying to operate in the masses. I'm trying to produce towards the masses and enlighten the masses based off of my insight. But I'm not trying to change, convince, or persuade anybody. And so let's get to the fun stuff, bro. Let's get to the sauce walker. We talked about this on Twitch last night. We're gonna give it to you for the YouTube folks. And I didn't know you had a personal connection with him. That's fried.
Well, I don't have a personal connection with him. It's just that I got people that's in his team that I know that I had connections with that got me connected with Sonny the rapper. I don't know. Well, she's I wouldn't say affiliated with them, but she knows people inside TSF as well.
Shout out Sonny. Definitely. I'm gonna figure out her YouTube. I'll tag her in the description. Put her Instagram link in the bio. Excuse me. But yeah, go ahead and talk about it, bro. The floor is yours.
That Sauce Walker robbery attempt with DJ Academics, we had watched the video about, well, we watched the first video before the second video came out when Sauce Walker had claimed that he had got a body.
Or implied it, yeah. He never claimed it, but he implied it. Yeah.
And then after that, it spoke on most rappers and artists that are inside the music industry don't know the ins and outs 100%. And it being the most dangerous job in the world, which it is.
I wouldn't say that. I would say construction, high beams, and skyscrapers got to be more dangerous. I would say truck drivers in the winter got to be more dangerous. I would say the military in its description.
Military more dangerous.
Yeah, I would say, and I wouldn't even say police because fuck the police, one. And then two, also, I said like 98% of them never discharge their firearm. But like the 2% that do have multiple cases of discharging their firearm. So it's like the only people that do bust their gun do it often. It's like a thrill for them. But most people just have like a de-escalation approach. But again, like back to what they were talking about on Instagram earlier, like my algorithm went from straight filth to just like insights and like and energy, you know what I'm saying, and vibes and just like alignment. And it's like I owe it to you. I owe it to you, E-Money. And so it's like it's crazy how I'm getting these posts and stuff that I'm aware of now. And like this guy was talking about this guy in the UK, this Arabian guy. He was like, "What country owns TikTok? What country started TikTok?"
Okay.
You hear me?
I heard you.
Yeah. Tell him I said what's good next time you you know what I'm saying. But was like, what country started TikTok? What country created produces TikTok, distributes TikTok? What country controls the algorithm of TikTok? And they were saying the algorithm in America and the UK is different than the algorithm in China. In China, the algorithm is spelling bees, you know what I'm saying, talent shows, cultural awareness, social growth, like entrepreneur excellence, you know what I'm saying, young entrepreneurs. That's what they get applauded for and they get recognized for. In America, you got dudes and girls dancing, like you got, you know what I'm saying, just like entertainment. We don't value excellence. We value spur of the moment entertainment, like parent pranks, like just, you know what I'm saying, just foolery. Like what is it built towards? It just entertains your day. Instead of growing towards the future, you want to just get through the week. You know what I'm saying? It's a different approach. It's how do you cripple somebody? You siege somebody. But what's the first layer of siege before the second layer of siege? The first layer of siege, if you know the art of war, it starts in the mind. I had to convince you the whole Mike Tyson thing. When I walk in the ring, I already know they lost. I can see it in their eyes. So I got to convince you don't stand a chance. And then I'm going to show you why you don't want to fight back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so what do you think about that? Because like we're being fed bullshit, basically. We're not even, like, we don't stand a chance next generation. That's why you see these other generations like just weak.
I don't necessarily say the next generation is weak-minded.
No, I
Or
definitely would say weak-minded because there's a lot of entrepreneurs and there's a lot of stuff like that going on, but it's not really from the source. It's for the wave. And they're always trying to look at a shortcut instead of trying to fill a problem. An entrepreneur fills a void in society with a prospective product that benefits anybody that encounters it. Somebody else is trying to get rich real quick. Oh, I'll just make an app to get rich. Or I'll just get popping on Instagram to get rich. I'll try and get a record deal to get rich. I've had people literally, I'm wasting my time sitting in these apartments that I don't even need to be in. And they're like, oh, I just want to get like 1 or 2 albums out and then call it quits. I'm like, you didn't even think about saying that before you said that. Like, you don't even realize who's in front of you right now. Like, I'm the person that's going to build your own platform for IP. I'm not trying to get like a popping page. I'm trying to get intellectual property I can license and distribute for the rest of the time. Like, so I'm about ownership and growth and development. I'm not about spur of the moment success, get rich quick. I'm not about any of that. I'd rather, you know what I'm saying, go through one bad year to have the rest of my life. Like, you're talking to the wrong person, and I was in the wrong room. And so it's like, yeah, like, Atlantic Records, for example. It's like, all right, cool. We'll just get the next TikTok star. We'll get the next person with an online presence instead of like the kind of quirky dude that might have like the best flow, might have the best pen, might have the best, you know what I'm saying? We rather just put a microwave meal in front of them with some plastic forks and plastic spoons instead of spending time to get the reservation. Oh, it's 2 weeks out. All right, cool. We gotta figure something else to do for the next 2 weeks. But when we get to the restaurant, it's rolled out. Champagne with the little glass, with the little ice bucket, with a little note. You know what I'm saying? Like constant service. Oh, do you need some more water? Do you, like, you know? So, oh, do you want a salad? Like, yeah, because we spent time to get that kind of stuff. Versus, I can get the microwave meal every day, and that's how they look at artists. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would say Interscope, Def Jam, Universal are like the restaurant. All the other ones, in my opinion, are just like, well, okay, Epic, and well, there's other ones, but like for the most part, the people that I've just mentioned earlier today in the forefront of the conversation are just like the microwave meals. And I get that. I eat hot dogs damn near every day. You know what I'm saying? That's just my kind of delicacy, my low maintenance delicacy. But still, I would prefer steak and mashed potatoes and corn and garlic bread and, you know what I'm saying, some wine and, you know what I'm saying. But cool, I didn't put enough work in yet, or prove myself to have put in enough work yet to have that every day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so, speaking of the Atlantic Records, now stay with me. No, talk about the Sauce Walker. We didn't even cover that. Because there's different videos. That's crazy how like I literally got back on the internet and I was like, oh, this didn't even happen like that. These are 3 different people. I'm thinking it's just 2 people. There's a whole extra element involved.
There's 3 different there's 3 extra elements involved. I thought it was just one.
Yeah.
At first. Apparently that wasn't even the case. It was his bodyguard or another associate.
No, it wasn't even that. Get it back online, bro. This is the real story. I'll tell you the scoop, bro. This is what happened. I'll tell you the day 1 and then day 2. Day 1 was somebody tried me. I gotta let you know that not everybody's going. Some people work hard for their stuff and don't want to just give it up. And that's a kind of a paradox, you know what I'm saying? Because the caveat is it doesn't always work out like that. See triple X. You know what I'm saying? But also sometimes it does work out like that. See Sauce Walker. But day 1, I'm gonna continue. Then I'm gonna unveil the curtain, and then see. You know what I'm saying? The emperor has no clothes. In day 2, day 1 is not everybody's going. Not everybody's gonna just compromise what they got to give you what they have. And somebody lost their life trying to do something stupid. You could be the next LeBron James. You could be the next Barack Obama. You could be the next Sauce Walker. But you don't have to like if you jump into this game, since it is one of the biggest criminal capacities, criminal element driven and dangerous careers, then you should know what comes with it, because most of these people aren't rappers that were in the streets. Most of the people are just street dudes rapping nowadays. And some people don't even what Mick say, pay for the flow. I don't write my shit. That went over a lot of people's heads. So then that whole Drake thing was like, he already told you on that Ain't Me song that from Dream Chasers or what's the name, Dreams and Nightmare, whatever. I forget it was. But one of his mixtapes like 10 years ago, he said that, pay for the flow. I don't write my shit. Better watch your bitch because you might get hit. Ain't me. These pussy ass niggas ain't me. You know what I'm saying? That song, like, so I pay attention to that. I put it all together. So that's why he didn't mind back with Access. He's like, I don't mind exposing my truth. If you're trying to hold something over my head, I don't mind saying everything about me because I'm gonna at least clarify that and then show light on what you saying and why you saying it. I'll get back to that later. But okay, so day 2 is there's actually 3 or 4 elements. Day 2 is turns out he didn't do anything besides fight somebody in a fist fight. If that's really what happened, he had a scratch on his face, a black eye, whatever, and blood on his shoes, blood on his shirt.
The dude that was in that big white tee that got placed over him.
No, that wasn't him. No, that's not him. That's what I'm saying. That's the optics. That's the smoke and mirrors. That was not him. What happened is he fought off the assailant. The assailant wasn't taking no for an answer. He tried to rob somebody else. The person that he went and robbed after Sauce Walker like fought him off. That's why you see that black guy, that black shirt, black hoodie running down the street. That was a YouTuber. He Peso or whatever, I think. He filmed it from like the penthouse or whatever, and he was like, this wasn't a robbery. The dude still has all his jewelry on. This was a drug deal going bad. Because the guy that got laid down was like a small business owner, and he was outside of his
small business owner. He was outside of his own apartment.
He was outside his own apartment complex. So why would you try and rob somebody? You know what I'm saying? Outside of your own building, one, and then two. Also, if he was getting robbed, why would he still have all of his stuff on? You know what I'm saying? And so it's like really, it was a botched drug deal at the end of the day. And so that's the real truth behind the smoke and mirrors. And so it's really, really sad.
There's something I want to speak about, but I don't want to speak about it on podcast. It's dealing with foresight. I want to talk about it off podcast, just out of respect for what they got going on.
All right, well, text it to me real quick so I can. I'm gonna go wrap this topic up and start the next topic. Text it to me so then we can keep it. You know what I'm saying, in the files. But yeah, so that's what happened. And then Sauce Walker was like, yeah, you know, I didn't want to air out dirty laundry. I just wanted to keep it, you know what I'm saying, where it was. But then, no, you didn't, bro. You wanted to pump some sort of agenda, like you did something to somebody. But then again, it's like if you check his resume, he got booked for shooting 8 people at once. You know what I'm saying? Like it was really one of those things where he just let everybody have it. So like that was what, 9 years ago? 10 years ago. So it's not like he's like a punk. It's just you not standing on what you said you stood on. You know what I'm saying? And so it was kind of like a little conflict of intentions. You know what I'm saying? Because he wanted to have like the good message, and then he also wanted to have the street credibility, and that those don't go hand in hand unless it's a testimony. You know what I'm saying? If it's a testimony, then it goes hand in hand because it comes with development and change and growth. But if it's just like, I'm actively doing this, but I'm actively speaking on that, it conflicts with each other. Oh, man. And so, this is back to the Atlantic microwave thing and the creation, press and seal, stamp an artist, create an artist, like a creative player. This might offend everybody. I already know Young Boy. He has like the biggest everything, but pause, everything, blah, blah, blah. But I said I'm over the Young Boy craze because I know how it happened. He doesn't write his music. If you look at that Catch Me Outside girl, she aired him out. She had like a little like a footage of him in the studio with writers and stuff for that Ain't Going Outside Today and that No Smoke, No Smoke. Like his songs that got him hot, you know what I'm saying? He didn't even write them. And so it's like if that's how you created your identity, what makes you think or what makes me think or you think that I don't think that that's how you sustained your identity and built your momentum. And so then also you got to realize the infrastructure. Like, you know what I'm saying? You might be in a diner, but if you're in the diner with a criminal organization, chances are you a criminal. But if you're in a diner just with anybody, strangers, then chances are you might be, but I can't really lean on that. You know what I'm saying? It's like your affiliation, your identity. Who do you like align with? And so I said he doesn't write his music. His label owns YouTube. He doesn't get paid from his channel. YouTuber's worth $1 trillion. And he sells 100K first week. Remember that. Why do you think I said that? I said, if I'm YouTube, I'll do what major labels do and have been doing. I'll spend $1 million out of the $1 trillion I have, buy Young Boy's own albums, see 2007, Kanye versus 50, Good Music and UMG, bought Kanye's albums so they could get 50 out of position, right? Versus Interscope just, hey, he did Diamond twice. I'm confident he'll do it again. You know what I'm saying? They were up on it, but they didn't think they had to do that with him. You know what I'm saying? And so if I'm Atlantic, I'll spend $1 million out of the 1 trillion it has, buy Young Boy's own albums for $10 each. And what does that mean? What is 10 million divided by 10? Guess that magic number.
10 million divided by 10?
Yeah.
That's a mil.
Nope. Guess what it is?
What is it?
100,000. And guess how much he sold first week?
How much?
100,000.
Wow.
And guess who can't? Never mind. I'm gonna keep going. I said he doesn't really sell anything. He doesn't tour as one would expect. Like you get 1 billion people engaging with you online every day, but you can't sell out more than a 5,000 people venue. Does that make sense? 1 billion. You have 1/7 of the population on your page, but you can't sell out 5,000 people. So what's that tell you? Or anybody that knows this business? Versus
About
Jake.
the shows?
Yeah. Because you can't fake them asses in the seats.
You can't.
Joe Budden will have people drive all over the world, right, to see him do 3 hours worth of material because he got 3 hours worth of material. I was cleaning up dog shows at the Pepsi Coliseum, like before this music even happened. I was like just doing random jobs. It's a Pepsi Coliseum. And funny enough, we re-renting that out now to do our own little summer jam, my own interactive entertainment's own little OVO fest. So it's like, it's crazy. I went from not mowing, but like cleaning the dog shows to now renting out the building. And so during the dog shows, it's called the Pan Am Dog Showcase. You had people coming in from Canada, people coming from all over the country and like campers and stuff, camping out, sleeping inside in tents and stuff so their dogs can perform. So they're doing that for dogs. And you have 1/7 of the world's population and you can't fill out 5,000. You know what I'm saying? So what does that tell you? And so I said Drake, Jay-Z doing stadiums, Uzi doing stadiums, Drake having his own festival. And then you have paid fans. Back to the whole like music video thing I showed you. Like people getting paid to be in rappers' music videos. You think they're friends, but they're really just paid extras. And paid fans really being extras paid by Atlantic to be outside of the courthouse for a reaction clip. You think, you know what I'm saying? Young Boy is Young Boy, right? You think he's going to just like let a random person just chase and follow him and he's going to just play along with it, laughing and joking? No, that was a skit. That was for the optics. And so the judge had to let him walk. Feds had to bite that. I said, power to him for having this influence, power to us knowing how it happened. Floyd Mayweather, Yaya, his daughter, almost got sent to like 20 some years in the feds because she stabbed
stabbing somebody.
Yeah, she stabbed Young Boy's other baby mom. And so he almost lost his daughter because she was messing with him, had a baby by him. Floyd hates him, but why was he there? He got a phone call and a wire transfer to show up. Like even in the picture, you can see he's like half smiling, biting his gums, like gritting his teeth kind of thing. I say the feds had to bite it because Atlantic is for the most part operated by YouTube. YouTube is a global juggernaut. Excuse me. They make billions every year and they aren't letting their creation go sit in jail for 20 years. Banking on old catalogs. That's why Young Boy drops more than most, 1 or 2 albums a year with mad singles. It's about having the same amount he sold first week to further ensure his next project success, as well as to maintain his standing in the industry. So they're going to write off that purchase, right? Because they're going to spend $1 million, but they're going to make $1 billion. And they're going to not only make $1 billion, that's like you sending your kids to the best trainers and best facilities, best schools, whatever. They grow up and become professional athletes. Did you really lose money? Like one of our people we grew up with, a guy named Zach Martin. He's the captain for the Cowboys. He was the offensive line when they had that crazy offensive line when Ezekiel Elliott came in and just was running over everybody. Zach Martin. My brother's a huge Cowboys fan, so like he sent him like Cowboys tickets. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like home games, Jerry's World. So it's like back to the high value mail thing. You don't got to pay to go to the game. You get sent to the game. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like they're gonna write off purchases as a business expense. If they're spending $1 million, they're probably gonna get like 300,000 back, but they still get the whole $1 million worth of investment, and then that $1 million investment turned into another $1 billion, and then you get like a third of that back. So what did you really do besides move money around for the couple months? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so it's like there's a reason why he takes home 5% of what he makes. His talent is his delivery, his swag, his personality. He has a unique story and a unique sound, but everything else is artificial. Any established machine can toss products down an assembly line bagged and sealed, ready to move with an established process of sale. I said I lost the passion to be the biggest artist after I learned how 99% of them became the biggest artists. Kind of like that whole Drake thing when I learned with More Life on Glow with Kanye and Life of Pablo, when like Drake wrote like half of Life of Pablo, that's how they got so close to hate each other. You know what I'm saying? You only hate somebody you are close with. You just dislike people that you don't really know. But you got to know somebody to hate them. And so, or they got to do something personal to you for you to hate them. So it's like Dr. Dre, M50, Drake, J. Cole, Bad Bunny, Adele, Beyonce. We're going to win in any era on any label. Salute to them. But other than that, it's my belief that even an MC like Kendrick Lamar would just be Lupe Fiasco if he wasn't on Interscope, backed by Jimmy Iovine and Apple Music. Just another dope lyricist. No knock on Lupe, because like Superstar, that's like a masterpiece. But like, what do you think about that? I kind of spitballed a little bit.
I think with that, well, I actually agree with you on that. But yeah, my goal is as an artist to be the best at my art and to grow as far as I can grow with it long term. But knowing the ins and outs and how most of these artists are built, it's not. I'd rather grow organically than through
be put in a pot and see who can rise to the top.
Yeah. To be thrown out into, it's like a fish. You take a goldfish and you throw it out in the middle of the ocean.
It's going to swim right back.
Yeah.
All right, so how do you feel about the Draco the Ruler death controversy? And I realized that YG, this is all public knowledge, so I don't mind speaking on it. Like, I wasn't there, I don't know these people. Excuse me, I just spent a lot of time researching and trying honing in on what I do. And so if you notice, YG was at Rolling Loud, Canada or Toronto, right? And who did YG have beef with that turned up dead? Draco the Ruler. Who was the bigger artist? YG. So who had more wristbands? YG. Who was able to sneak in knives instead of guns? YG. Who ended up dying? Draco the Ruler. Who ended up messing with one of the little smuts up in Toronto? Chromass. YG. Guess who got pregnant by Draco the Ruler? Chromass. You see how this all ties together?
I'm seeing how it ties together.
And so it's like, don't be beefing over bitches. Yo, that's soft. Yeah, it's like, again, back to the, I only can have an issue with you, or I only can have hatred towards you if you do something personal to me. If you know I'm with this woman and now you know what I'm saying, doing what you're doing, and I know it's because you don't respect what I got going on. It's not because you respect her and just want to take her from me. It's, no, I just don't care that she's with you because I'm me. That's how it's like being played out. So that turned into some deadly violence. But then again, that dominance hierarchy, you know what I'm saying? If you want to compete, understand the cost of competition. He lost his girl, lost his kid, and lost his life. And the dude didn't go to jail, didn't marry the woman, didn't have a kid by the woman, and still gets to perform and do what he's doing whenever they're in the same town. So he lost everything, and the other dude didn't lose anything, didn't even lose an ounce of sleep. So like back to the 48 laws, crush your enemy completely. You see how this all ties in together?
Yeah, I'm seeing how it ties in with each other now.
I do this shit.
Give credit where credit is due. Bengi is on top of his game.
Oh man. Man, my best skill set is availability right now. You know what I'm saying? I can't move around, got a dirty license, can't drive, can't be where I need to be at. So I'm gonna be where I am and try and make the most out of it, like while I'm here, kind of thing. But I appreciate it, man. You too. You making shit happen like when it needs to happen. You know what I'm saying? It says a fool waits while the man like what a plan works now. And so I appreciate you always, you know what I'm saying, doing what you're doing when you do it. Pause.
You can't just have just a plan A. You gotta have a plan A through Z.
But the what he said my plan A is to make my plan B is to make my plan A work. That was Fab. And then Kobe, he's like, if you want to be in that 1%, if you want to be so special and so talented, you have to put all your eggs in one basket. Otherwise, it's not going to work because think about it. Was LeBron's mom dumb for taking out $1 million loan when he was in high school? No, because he got $100 million that very next year when he graduated. Then he got another like what $100 million from the actual Cav. So he got $100 million in endorsements, $100 million on salary, and then who else? However many hundreds of millions on the shoes and the brand. So it's like,
and where LeBron is now.
Exactly, and everybody around him. You know what I'm saying? They had to make rules to make sure that didn't happen again. Oh, your friends are going to be now your business partners. Well, they don't have degrees, so it's called the Rich Paul rule. Any agent or manager in the legal profession has to have a degree in that management. So like they trying to really just slick hate on people, like because they're like, oh, we seen what you do if you guys come together. You guys are more powerful because you have been using scissors to cut grass. Imagine if you had a whole mower. Imagine if you had a riding mower. Imagine having a crew of riding mowers. Then we wouldn't have no job because all we can do is just bank on establishment.
Yep.
And so, but back to the what I was talking.
Think about it. Isn't that what business really is?
No, no, it's not. It's
well, not business, but like,
business is product and services exchanged to the masses at a price point. That's it. Anything else is just gray matter to try and finesse somebody. If I have a car wash, even if it's not Mike's or Crew or Sparkling Image or whatever, it's just a parking lot with 3 people in it with buckets, water, soap, and waiting for cars and towels. That's a business. There's no persuasion. You know exactly what you're getting, and you're leaving with a service. And you have a better product than when you drove up to this parking lot. Versus me trying to sell you the coupons and middleman the process to go get some money and then put you on to somebody else's. That's what most Western businesses is. Like I said, working on establishment. Oh, I know somebody or da 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 da. That's why I just put all the platform plugs I have just on the website for free. I'm done peddling these little, you know what I'm saying? Like, because they don't see the value in it, and the people that do see the value in it need it for free anyways. Because I don't want to step on what they got going on.
Yeah.
1 second. This real estate dude, I signed up for this. We're about to get some properties around the way. There's like little angel investors. Doing my podcast. Yeah, my bad about that. But yeah, that's funny that just happened. These real estate investors are they're about to toss me the rock a little bit, but I'm gonna give them some equity in the deal so then we can keep going on and keep going on. So then we get their 20%. My pitch was like I want to be a mentee. I want to be then I want to turn into a client. Then I want to turn into a partner. Then I want to turn into somebody that you just bank off of a retirement percentage from my work. So it's like we're gonna evolve throughout the process. You know what I'm saying? And so, but back to the business. 600 Breezy explains why he doesn't post his kids or why he doesn't let people in on his personal life. They were calling him all sorts of names and everything. And then he goes in the interview, he's like, with Say Cheese, he goes, it says 600 Breezy on this interview, not 600 Breezy with friends and family. I thought that was kind of funny. Excuse me. How do you feel about that?
I feel like 600 Breezy is completely right. You shouldn't
I felt kind of odd about putting my girl on the internet, whatever, but I was like, you know what, like, it's not
even. Yeah, people are gonna know, but like,
yeah, but like, I put like emojis over her face for like a month, and then eventually I was just like, you know what?
I'll let it naturally happen because, you know, like what we were just talking about the other day with boundaries. Like, some people just it's just a lot of different things that play into that. You don't want everybody in your business or in your personal space.
Right, and I don't want the money bag yo Ari Lil Durk India like, oh, this is good for the image, whatever. And then now it's part of my brand, and now she's getting a brand off of me. So now it's kind of like a transactional relationship instead of like a romantic relationship. And now she's thinking, oh, I'm already lit now. I don't need you anymore. But it's like whole time you was lit because of your affiliation with me. But I can't say that because I care about you. Like you're supposed to be my woman. So it's like, all right, cool. I'm trying to build you up anyways. So then we both have the time. We both, you know what I'm saying, like let's say I lose my card or I leave it at home, you can get it without me having to cash app or wire you or Zelle you or whatever. She's all right, cool, don't worry about it, babe. Like my girl pulled up last night, like with like some like we had like a little chill night, whatever. I'm not gonna get too much details, but like I told her I love drinking orange juice and stuff. So what she do? She bought like mad little mini bottles of orange juice, chips, like just a little like snack night kind of thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? We already had dinner or whatever, but it was like, I'm thinking about you. I spent the time during my trip in the gas station to come see you to also makes you know that I was thinking about you there. And we talked about it. Like most women don't like flowers for the flowers. They like flowers because they realize you were thinking about them during the day in the grocery store. And so that just tangible. It just it materializes and tangible makes it tangible. Your intentions and your thoughts. That's why they like flowers. You know what I'm saying? It's not because some women just like plants and stuff. And shout out to y'all, E Money. But some women just want like, oh, he was thinking about me. You know what I'm saying? Like a sentiment. And so I agree. Don't expose don't play those little internet games. I don't play them little internet games. I'm not no internet nigga. I'm just a nigga on the internet. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how it goes. And so he said, what if one of my enemies is ducked off right next to one of my baby mom's house and I don't know he's there? Now I post my kids and he puts two and two together. Let's go kidnap and torture him for a ransom. Like AKA Money Mitch. Everybody knew who Rich Porter's brother was. And everybody knew that Rich Porter, his little brother, was hanging at the arcade all the time. And guess who owned the arcade? Rich owned the arcade. So of course he's gonna be at Rich's spot. You know what I'm saying? He thinks he's protected there. This is my brother's establishment. I'm safe here. And guess who ran the establishment? Their uncle. So they're definitely not worrying about the uncle kidnapping and torturing him and then eventually killing him. Uncle Ice. Remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
And so it's like I almost did that for my casting monologue. Fucking jerked them, man. They sent me a finger. I'm gonna be on some straight murder shit right now. Anybody that looked at me funny owes me money is fucking dead, man. I was gonna do that little monologue, but I was like, you know what? But I was like, instead of doing that, like I said, the 1% is not for the 100%. There was like 80 people in this little Zoom call, and I was the only one that did like music. And so I was like, cool. And they hit me up on some label shit. They hit me up. I'm like, I don't need a label. I got my own label. But they hit me up with like other like jingle ideas and like just like other like kind of casting shit for that lane. Cause I just did Blue Faces. And like I can see as soon as I started playing and started singing it, their whole energy shifted. They're like, they leaned in kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm like, yeah, bro, if that's your strength, go with your ace. Don't try and, you know what I'm saying, go with your backup. Because what the fuck is a backup? If, you know what I'm saying, if I got a lightsaber and you got a wooden shield, or I got not even you, if I got a lightsaber and a wooden shield, it'd be kind of cocky of me to pick up the wooden sword first. You know what I'm saying? Where I could just get you going with this lightsaber and move on with my day and not expect any sort of retaliation because I handled my business completely and I didn't take any losses. I didn't get damaged myself.
Unless this is Minecraft.
Shut the fuck up. This is not an ad. This is not an ad. Shout out to Minecraft. But I said I learned staying in Chicago. That's really how it is. Like shout out to the South Side. Shout out to the fam off normal. Like y'all know it as something different. But you know, and back to like the Chicago thing. We just locked down. He sent the invoice, whatever. 16 Shot him is gonna do Vito's interview in Chicago on the 25th. I might bring Vito and 16 down to Indy just so it's kind of like a horizontal. Like we talk about horizontal integration, horizontal advertising, because they're gonna see, okay, this is not Chicago, this is Indianapolis. Well, what is he doing down in Indianapolis? I'm not gonna be on camera. I'm just not. It's nothing to do with me. It just has something to do with Vito. So it's like, what is he doing down in Indianapolis though? So then I get promoted by indirect because they're like, he fucks with this dude from Indianapolis. He's the one that put them together. He's the one that, even though I didn't even put them together, Vito told me about it. I'm like, yo, put us in a group chat, see what happens. And then it worked. And so it's like, it'll be indirect marketing instead of like billboard advertising, wasting overhead trying to get exposure. You know what I'm saying? Because like when I started trying to hand out flyers or whatever and like little business cards, I actually found one of those business cards in the parking lot by my car. I went back in my car at the end of the day and I seen one of my business cards. They didn't even know this was my car. They didn't see me leaving my car. They just happened to throw it right by my car. Like, I'm like, damn, I spent money on that thinking it's gonna work. You know what I'm saying? Versus me selling a CD and having a point of sale and a revenue stream happen at point of sale. Like, no, here's this good, that's your money, and exchanging it, you know what I'm saying, for a product. Back to business. It's just really fundamental. Like, and so real life street stories is going to do my interview in Fort Worth, like the Dallas Fort Worth area, January 20th next year. And so I'm gonna end this with this. We got the life shield or legal shield Zoom at 8:00. It's 8:01. So we got to wrap this up. I said, who does Dolo want to sit down and be interviewed by / do an interview with? Like, who do you want to interview and who do you want to be interviewed by?
Who do I want to interview and who do I want to be interviewed by?
Yes, because we're gonna always choose to be the producer over the consumer, but we got to at some point take the consumer approach to get in front of people. Like Robert Kiyosaki, the owner of Rich Dad Poor Dad, he's like, the only way in America to generate wealth is to acquire debt, create capital assets off of the debt that you acquired, aka get a loan, aka a business loan, startup loan, an investment from an angel investor, a deal from the label. You acquire debt, and then you gain access to capital, right? And then you use the capital to acquire assets that will build revenue streams to get you out of that debt and then further create your life in front of you. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we're going to start doing interviews, but then we're going to end up after we have like enough standing on all those other platforms, because these are no joke platforms. You know what I'm saying? And so after everybody sees us, the millions and millions of people that follow them see us, then we go back to what we know, and now the price just went up. You know what I'm saying?
I want to interview Cole Bennett.
All right, that's we can make that happen. Keep going. Because literally, Vito talked about that last night. That's crazy. Last night. That's crazy you said that. We said we're going to have Jerry Films do a music video. We're going to have Cole Bennett. You talking about Lyrical Lemonade?
Yep, Lyrical Lemonade.
We know somebody. Like, I know somebody personally that, you know what I'm saying, so we can get that done. But keep going.
Also, who I want to be interviewed by, I never really thought about that question. Say Cheese is on my mind right now. Because that's the only person I can think of now.
We have, I have direct access to them as well. So, like, this is all possible. Like, this is all possible. It's just, like, someone told me if they came and got you, or well, this was a different situation, but like if you were known, you know what I'm saying, would it be good or bad right now? Or like there was another example. It was like when I was doing baseball tryouts, like I turned down like a number of situations in my past life, and then like the tryouts, like I used to work out with the White Sox, et cetera, and they were like, don't go to this little tryout. I'm like, why not? They're like, it's better than to know that you know nothing about you than to know what they don't like about you. And so think about, you said you want to interview Cole Bennett, and then you want to be interviewed by Say Cheese. Yeah, Sean Cotton.
Yeah.
And so we can make that happen. 100%. You have the right kind of approach. And like I said, this is Bengi C Notes with Sasodolo. If you say so, Bengi C. You understand it's interactive entertainment. AMP playbook brought to you by Pandora. And we're going to wrap it up like that. Any last words? You got 19 seconds.
If you say so, you know so. That's all I got to say.
Hey, that way. All right. It's nice to see you guys again. I appreciate you rocking with us. Peace. Enjoy the rest of your night.